Beyond Dreaming by Hart, a guide to awakening consciousness through the path of astral projection and out-of-body experiences. Introduction. The primary purpose of this book is for others to learn how to awaken consciousness. On top of this, to also direct this awakening towards the realities of lucid dreaming and out-of-body experiences, comprehending them in a direct and tangible way, as opposed to intellectual speculation or belief. For anyone picking up this book entirely new to these topics, lucid dreaming is the experience of being in a dream and, at the same time, being aware of being in the dream. Try this little exercise. Remember any dream that you had at any point in your life. Replay the dream in your memory. But this time, imagine you suddenly become aware that you are in the dream. Look around and wonder at the power of your subconscious mind to create such a convincing environment and narrative for you to just moments ago be fooled by. This is the magnificent and insightful power of lucid dreaming, to be able to study your own inner subconscious workings, submerged in a direct, eye-opening, and introspective experience. In such an experience, you can control, manipulate, and create whatever you like. Your imagination is your only limit. You can explore what your mind is creating and even ask it and the dream characters around you why they are doing what they are doing and what they represent. It is a profoundly personal and influential way to know oneself. In this sense, dreams are a significant part of our own spiritual growth. Consequently, lucid dreaming is a natural and essential part of the path towards realizing out-of-body experiences, OBEs. On the other hand, an out-of-body experience is an experience where you perceive and feel yourself separate and detached from your physical body, entering into an objective and non-physical dimension. This dimension can often be parallel to your physical location. This notoriously happens when your physical body is sleeping peacefully in bed. One way to get an idea of how an OBE may feel is by looking around your surroundings where you are right now. Try to imagine for a moment that where you are right now, physically reading this book, is actually in another dimension, and that your physical body is fast asleep somewhere else. Really look around and consider how real your seemingly physical environment feels. Now try to amplify this feeling of realness by 100 times. This is a glimpse of what astral projection feels like. It feels just like being in physical waking life, and it can often feel more real and closer to reality than the physical dimension. In fact, it is commonly known amongst experienced practitioners that it can feel so blisteringly tangible that when you wake up, it can give the sensation that physical life is actually more like a dream in comparison. That is how influential OBEs can be on our sense of perception. OBEs take place not in a dream of your own creation, but in an actual location within a non-physical dimension. It is not affected by your subconscious mind like a dream, and you can't control the environment in the same way. It is an actual place where you can explore any part of Earth or the cosmos with your own direct senses. You can have conversations with other people, and you can even travel into the past or future. OBEs happen in the astral plane, which is beyond time and space. This book will explore some of these subtopics and look deeper into the difference between lucid dreams and OBEs, astral projection. Understanding the difference is a fundamental part of appreciating and understanding these non-physical experiences. Astral projection implies an awakening to new states of consciousness. It has far-reaching long-term consequences, such as a much deeper understanding of reality, a more objective perception in daily life, and a new sense of existence itself, which has also famously led many to transcend their fear of death. The term astral projection is simply another way to describe an out-of-body experience. The main difference is that the term out-of-body experience is more commonly used amongst conventional discussions, including being recognized within medical communities, especially when relating it to near-death experiences. The term astral projection is more widely used within spiritual communities to describe the spiritual practice of consciously and intentionally coming out of the body. In this book, We are essentially studying how to have conscious and out-of-body experiences. So, the two terms are the same thing. Astral projection also has the word astral in it, which denotes what has been spiritually recognized for centuries as the plane that exists parallel or beyond the physical plane. These planes are non-physical, complex, and multidimensional in nature, just as consciousness is. There are some encouraging scientific breakthroughs, especially amongst quantum physics, which seems to be on the verge of discovering these planes or dimensions of reality, which have also been recognized for centuries by several spiritual communities and enlightened masters in different cultures and time periods. For example, modern quantum physicists have suggested that there exist 11 dimensions. Similarly, in esoteric teachings, which explore the Kabbalah, you will find 11 dimensions of nature. However, we won't be exploring the countless connections between modern scientific breakthroughs and the non-physical and esoteric teachings. There is much information on that already. You will find it if you wish to seek it. If you have picked up this book, then I assume you already understand some of this, and that you've somewhat moved past the level of speculation and connecting the dots, and that you now want to experience the reality of this for yourself directly. If not, don't worry. If you sincerely want to experience OBEs for yourself, then it will all make sense with time, practice, and experience. Alas, I am no master, and I'm not looking for followers. When I say that I'm teaching awakening, it does not imply that people can be only either awakened or not awakened. That would be reflective of conventional two-dimensional thinking. The process of awakening is multidimensional and has thousands of layers of degrees to it. We are all more or less awakened to a certain degree, some more than others. The main problem is that on a scale compared to the infinite potential of awakening, most people are a long way from a significant amount of awakening where it can positively affect their material and spiritual lives, especially when it comes to having conscious out-of-body experiences. I have been experiencing OBE phenomena for over 10 years, and only up until recently, amidst the COVID-19 pandemic, did I begin to share my experiences and knowledge publicly. I know that speaking of such topics often ends in ridicule, yet I have written this book in an act of humility and service to others. I'm simply reporting my findings in the hope that others who are interested can benefit from it. I'm selling this book not for profit, but at an affordable price so that anyone with a few pennies can buy it. I personally do not advocate for extortionate prices and profiting off something that should be taught free in schools. The knowledge of astral projection is a natural birthright for every human being. I only have one sincere wish: for you to have the authentic experience of coming out of your body with all your senses and full waking awareness intact, just as you are right now reading this book. Astral projection is not frightening or complicated, but a natural, liberating, and sublime experience that leaves your soul only longing for more, and ultimately changes your view on death and the afterlife in deeply impactful ways that you never previously considered possible. There are many studies on the phenomena of OBEs already. If you are interested in such things, I recommend the book Leaving the Body by Scott Rogo. Also, look into Graham Nichols, who has had thousands of experiences, verified them with witnesses in scientific settings, and is also being actively tested on. He is 100% scientific in his approach. Nevertheless, what one may realize is, and what my personal advice is that even though modern science is accelerating at a relatively fast pace in new technology and discoveries, it is still somewhat in a Stone Age era compared to what there is yet to be discovered. Instead of relying on these groups of people for answers, what we can do as an alternative is become courageous and self-willed enough to become our own pioneers and delve into the anatomy of consciousness and reality for ourselves through direct experience and report back our findings to those who are open to it, just as I am doing with you. For some people, astral projection will be just to experience the novel of it. My perspective on this is that although, yes, it is a cool and exciting experience, the novel and experience of astral projection doesn't always benefit us spiritually.
Stay tuned for more reading.